Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Just about 14 minutes before 7. Well, area kids are getting ready for back to school time, and some are already in class. It is important to get your kids back on a back to school routine, and that includes going to bed and getting up earlier. This morning, to explain how to get started with that routine, is Dr. John Peter Temple. Good morning, Dr. Temple.
Good morning, Amy.
Good morning. School starts in just a couple of days here. If you haven't started that back to school routine, is it too late to be prepared for the first day of school?
Well, it's not too late, but it's getting pretty late in that process, yes.
How do you get started?
Well, there are three things that I would suggest. First, you have to establish the amount of time of sleep that your child needs to feel well and rested and function well the next day in school. For children ages 6 to 12, that's generally 9 to 10 hours of sleep per night. For children and teenagers ages 12 to 18, that's 9 to 9.25 hours of sleep per night. Generally speaking, though, teenagers only get 7 to 7.5 hours of sleep. Second, you need to establish a regular waking time. It's more important to establish a waking time to reset your internal sleep clock than it is for the bedtime. And the third is to have a regular bedtime routine, something that allows the body to be cued to get ready to sleep. And that means avoiding things like TV, video games, computer time, text messaging.
So the routine, like in our house, it's bath, book, bed. Anything as simple as that? Maybe reading or taking a bath or doing something like that?
Yes, that's a perfect approach that you're taking right there. But a lot of kids spend time on the phone or playing video games, things that tend to rev them up and make it difficult for them to settle down for sleep.
You know, kids aren't the only folks going back to school. Teachers going back as well. Can they follow the same advice? Is it still that wake time and the routine that matter most?
Yes, this is the kind of pattern that is established sometime in early childhood and persists throughout our entire lives, that we really all need adequate and regular sleep. And yes, indeed, adults can start working on this now too.
You know, a lot of folks are going to watch this morning and say, okay, my kids are going to bed early because school starts on Wednesday. How long does it take the body to actually adjust to a new sleep routine?
Well, ideally, Amy, it takes 2 weeks. But any time that you can between now and the beginning of school is a blessing. So I would say start tonight.
Okay, so start tonight. How do naps affect that? Because, you know, some teachers' kids might come home and they got up early this week and then they need a nap. Is that a good idea or a bad idea when you're setting a new sleep routine?
Well, it depends on the age of the child. Certainly children in kindergarten, napping after school is not an unusual or a bad thing at all. However, once you get beyond kindergarten, taking daytime naps actually interfere with the quality of sleep that you get that night. So I would say avoid them if you can.
All right. Well, Dr. Temple, thank you so much for joining us this morning with some tips for getting started with a new back-to-school sleep routine. We appreciate your advice.
You're welcome, Amy, and thank you for the opportunity.
All right. Thank you.